Now, the first thing to keep in mind while watching this video is that building a YouTube channel is a marathon, not a sprint. While it's true that there are channels that blow up and get there really fast, for the majority of us, we start small and we stay small for a time period. And it's during this small time period where a lot of people get frustrated, and it's where a lot of people quit because they're like, man, I'm putting so much work into this and nothing's happening. I might as well quit. But I'm here to tell you, as a small growing YouTube channel myself, it's absolutely worth it and the rewards are tremendous. So here are 10 tips on how to grow, build, and maintain your YouTube channel. Number one may seem like a no-brainer, but to me, it's one of the most important parts. That's why it's number one. It's do what you love. What is it that gets you up in the morning, whether you work or go to school or something? What is the thing that gets you up in the morning that says, man, I can't wait to get all this stuff done so I can do this thing that I love? What is it that you're passionate about? But more importantly, what does it mean to you? Knowing this and feeling this will help you get through all those ups and downs that I'm talking about because you love the subject matter so much. So while it's important to think about, well, will this subject interest me for a long time? I think it's more important to know, what does it mean to you? Just for an example, for me on Brickology, if you watched my last Q&A video, you know that making brick films became more of a self-therapy for me. You know, I love doing it because it's a way of expressing myself and to help myself deal with all the intensities that my job brings me. And this is still a motivating factor for me, and it has kept me interested and kept me going through the frustrating times. So what is it that interests you? What does it mean to you? Write those things down, and every time you get frustrated or every time you're like, man, I just want to quit, read that again and remind yourself, this is why I'm doing it. If you know why you're doing it, how to do it will come. And number two builds upon that. Now that you know, what do I love doing and what does it mean to me, really think about, what is your channel really about? For example, on Brickology here, you look at it and you say, well, it's about brick filming, but what is the channel really about? To me, it's about showing others how to do brick films, how to make their own brick films. I love doing it so much. I want to help people understand and learn what brick filming is, how to do it themselves, and what are the things that they need to know how to do in order to make a film. And all the while I'm posting my own films, because not only do I need to maintain my skills, but I want to discover new tips and techniques in order to pass on to others. So that's what my channel is really about, helping others discover brick filming and how to make their own brick films. In thinking about what is my channel really about, ask yourself, who is my target audience? Is it everybody? It can't be everybody. It needs to be people who are interested in what your channel is about. Let your viewers know what you're about so the people who are interested in it will come and subscribe. Which brings me to number three, and that's, what sort of value are you bringing to your audience? Is the value you're bringing them strictly for entertainment, where you make them laugh or make them think? Or is it teaching them something like a skill or a craft? What is the value you're bringing them? Why should they come here and why should they subscribe to your channel? And knowing this will direct your content. What do you want your videos to be about? Knowing that will help you plan ahead and help you develop your voice on your content. All right, now we're getting more into the nitty-gritties of building a YouTube channel. A lot of people wonder, well, how often should I post? Should I post daily, weekly, or monthly? And before I answer that question, I want you to think about this. Think of all the things that you now need to learn how to do in order to make content. Let's just take me for an example. Let's say I make a tutorial. Well, think of all the things that I need to learn how to do in order to make this tutorial. I need to be able to know how to use a camera, how to light the set, how to get decent sound, and then after that, I need to know how to edit it together, how to post it, how to make a title, make a thumbnail. Making the thumbnail, I need to learn a little bit about graphic arts, need to learn how to use different programs. These are all things that you now need to learn how to do in order to make a single video to post. And you're thinking, wow, dude, that's a lot. And I'll admit it, it's a lot. So how often should you post? Post in a schedule that works for your lifestyle. Your life is different from mine, which is different from the next person's. So it's hard for me to say, well, dude, you should post every single day. Because what if that doesn't work within your schedule? I don't know if you have a job or if you go to school, but you spend hours doing that. Now you got to come home and do this. So if you start off and you're like, dude, I just want to post once a month, that's awesome. Start doing that and building your voice, building the skills that you need to make this content. Then as you get more adept at that, then you're like, okay, I want to do once a week. Dude, totally shoot for that. Whatever works for your schedule that won't burn you out and that'll keep you interested in having fun doing this. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And getting a little bit more into the content, think about focusing on views, not subscribers. Okay, a lot of people are like, dude, I just want 1 million subscribers. Well, if you have 1 million subscribers, which is awesome, but what if everybody just watches your video for about 30 seconds? That's not going to give you the kind of return of investment that you're wanting or you're hoping for. So focus on the content, make sure it's good and make sure people want to watch it. Remember, you got to get people to watch your videos in order for them to subscribe. Very rarely does it happen that someone subscribes without watching a single video, right? So focus on views, not subscribers. How will you get people to watch your video and how will you get people to continue watching that same video or want to go on to the next video? That's what you should be focusing on. Subscribers will come as your views grow. So now you're making content and posting it. Improve one thing on each video that you make. Going back to all the things I was talking about that you need to learn how to do, with every video, try to improve one of those things, whether it's video quality, whether it's lighting, whether it's the sound, even in your brick filming. Pick one thing that you want to improve upon with every video. And will you improve everything to the maximum on every video? Probably not. It's slow incremental steps. Keep in mind, YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. Even with your content, you've got to start building your voice. How are you going to, present yourself? How are you going to present your content? All of these things you need to think about while making it. So improve one thing with every video. That way you won't burn yourself out, you won't overwhelm yourself, and you'll keep it fun for yourself in order to keep going. All right, here's a big one. Work on your titles and work on your thumbnails. It's awesome to have a great video and you're like, dude, this is the greatest video I've ever made. But if nobody ever watches it, then what did you spend your time on? Work on your titles and thumbnails. These are the first things people see as they're scrolling through YouTube to decide, what do I want to watch next? If you need to learn how to make titles and thumbnails, go on YouTube and watch tutorials on how to make a better title, how to make a better thumbnail. What are the programs that you need to learn? What are the apps that you need to learn how to use in order to make a thumbnail? What is the first impression you want to give somebody about your video? Why should they click on your video in order to watch it? Give them a reason to do that. Titles and thumbnails. And number 8 is quantity over quality. At the very start, when we're small YouTube channels, it's quantity that you want to focus on. What do I mean by that? Make a lot of videos at the very start. Make a lot of them because it will start getting you to understand all the things you need to now learn how to do. And more importantly, like I just said, it's helping you develop your voice, develop the way you're going to present your content. If you watch my early videos, the stop motion is not very good. The voiceover is not very good, but they slowly improved through every video that I make. And now I've developed a voice, I've developed a style that I enjoy doing. So now I'm focusing a little bit more on quality rather than quantity. And you're like, Thomas, but what if my first videos suck? Well, you got to accept that your first videos are probably going to suck. Just like when you first started brick filming, dude, your first videos, when you watch them, you're like, oh my gosh, why would I ever make that? Well, it's learning how to do all the things that you need to do in order to make this content. So quantity over quality. And you'll feel it in yourself when it's time to shift more towards the quality. But I suggest at the very start, just make a lot of videos and get all the bugs out, but post it. Post your videos to get your channel started. The algorithm. What is the YouTube algorithm? Think of it this way. In the grand scheme of things, what is the goal of every social media platform or of every TV channel in existence out there? It's to get people to watch and to get people to continue to watch. That is, in the grand scheme of things, what you want to accomplish for YouTube. For YouTube to go, hey, I like this channel, I'm gonna keep promoting this channel. So if your video gets people to watch from, let's say, the beginning to the end, all the way through, and then it gets people to continue watching another video, and then continue watching another video, YouTube will notice that and go, huh, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep doing this because this gets people to stay here on YouTube. But if you make a video that within 10 seconds, they're like, and they bounce and they never come back again, well, YouTube will notice that as well, and they'll be like, oh no, I don't want to promote this video because this is kryptonite to YouTube. So in the grand scheme of things, that's what the algorithm wants you to do. That's what will appease the algorithm. It'll be the same for TikTok, it'll be the same for Facebook, it'll be the same for Instagram. That's what every social media platform wants their viewers to do. So build your content around that. What will keep people watching and what will make them want to continue watching? And number 10 is to start now. Whether you want to start a YouTube channel or you already have one, you're like, well, I don't know what to do with it. Start now. Take all these tips that I've mentioned and just start making content and posting it. You gotta accept that your first videos are probably going to suck, and that's okay, because what you're doing at the very start as a small channel is developing your voice, building all these skills that you need to do, and getting into the rhythm of things. You know, if you never know what it feels like to finish a video and post it, then you'll never know what it's like to do the next one. So get started. Even if you've posted videos and you're like, dude, nothing's happening, maybe I should just stop. Don't do that. If it's what you love to do, if it's something you're passionate about and you want to share it with others, start thinking about these things that I discussed at the very start. What is your channel really about? What is the value that you want to bring to your viewers? Start developing your content based around that. But like I said, most importantly, start now and get going. It's a great time to be on YouTube. If you're thinking, well, it's oversaturated, no, there are still channels that are blowing up. Mine is steadily growing, and I started from nothing. Do I experience ups and downs? Absolutely. I still face them practically every week. I post a video and I'm like, man, I hope it does well. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, I'm like, man, what did I do wrong? And I go back and I try to figure out what is it that I did wrong and try to improve upon that on the next video. These 10 tips, you stick with them and you keep them in mind on developing your content. That will help you maintain and grow your YouTube channel. If you have any other questions on YouTube and how to build and grow your channel, leave your questions in the comments below and I'll make another video dealing with these specific questions. Subscribe! Subscribe to the channel. Excuse me. Privacy, please.